All right. Talking about the forthcoming summit, one nagging issue is the state police. Because when the military advances into territories and take over territories from being terrorists, the capacity to retain peace in where they have conquered as they move to another one is not there. Now, because the police is not that equipped. Now, is the 10th Senate and in the forthcoming summit, are you considering also to speed up the action in making it that constitutional change where there will be state police, where governors will have authority over the state police?
Well, state police, ab initio, I was speaking against it, but having been convinced by my colleagues and other articles I've read, where it is operating in other parts of the world, I think state police should come in if actually we want to end insecurity in Nigeria. Because like we said, while the conventional army and police tries to secure our border areas, what happens internally? And Nigeria has going by a population over 250 million people with just than 1 million policemen cannot police Nigeria effectively. So there is need for us to look towards state police. In as much as there is a very good and robust legal framework to guide against being abused, Nigerians being what we are. But in all, I think it is time to look towards state police. It will give the governors, more powers and personnel to actually, govern and secure their territories.
Well, with the recent security threats, there's now growing agitation for Nigerians to defend themselves against these attackers, and that will be bearing their own arms to defend themselves. Should we expect any sort of legislative backing from the National Assembly in this regard?
Well, I think that statement is just trying to encourage us to take security as everybody's business. It doesn't suggest that people should bear arms, because I must tell you, by our level of intellectual development as a people, we've not gotten to that point where you can say, let's legalize arms the way it is in US and other developed countries. So, but what that statement is calling for is for everybody, to sit up and see security as everybody's business. We can also have within the village circuit our vigilantes that can gather information at the community level, the same thing, at the local government level, the same thing, all geared towards information sharing with the conventional security agencies on how to tackle this. So I think that is the area we're going to look at. Then creating state police, like I said, of course, we bring more hands on deck to fight this common enemy of humanity. Okay.
While the state of emergency in Rivers was being debated, and while you were trying to approve the presidential order, the Senate President talked about setting up a peace committee of eminent Nigerians. And you went on recess and you are back now. How soon are Nigerians and Rivers State people going to, how soon are they going to see the peace committee set up? Because peace is a priority in Rivers State. So are we expected that it's going to come up in
the problem of Rivers, to me, we've taken a stand as a National Assembly. It's not between the presidency and other relevant bodies to handle same. But we expect that in no time, both parties will come to terms, and the elected governor will go back to his office, because I'm a Democrat and the National Assembly represents democracy. But we have to do what we did, to safeguard lives and property, which is a fundamental objective of every government. So I believe that in no time, without announcing it formally, I believe that there are stakeholders that are working underneath to make sure that that problem is resolved, and very soon we shall see results.
Well, we've seen Governor Fubara meet with President Tinubu and also Wike in an attempt to, resolve this political rift. Would we see also the Senate also pulling its weight to bring these parties together to resolve the problem?
Of course, like I said, some stakeholders are working on the ground to make sure the matter is resolved. As Senate, we visited the state. I was here shortly after that, and we interacted with the stakeholders, particularly the administrator, who is just to maintain peace and order and the further development of the state, pending when the matter is resolved. So I believe that we could not to do this as leaders, and we're having a very good engagement with the stakeholders, from River State. And I can tell you, in no time, the matter will be resolved.
Okay, as a Democrat and as a member of the National Assembly, there was this news out, I think about a day ago, that there are moves by, not the Senate primarily, but there are moves to order or summon the governors of Benue and Zamfara State before the lawmakers. Do you think this will help in addressing, and will you say it's within the powers of the National Assembly to summon the state governor?
Of course, the National Assembly can summon any public office holder in Nigeria, including the governor. Well, the governor is a governor of a state in Nigeria. So if we feel it is expedient, to have engagement with the governors, all get towards addressing the security challenges in their states. Why not? We can't do that. But we're just resuming today. If the Senate leadership deems it fit to say invite them, why not? We will invite them, and they will come. And
these are two. The state is in a federation. The state is an equal federating unit, like the federal government, the local government. Would it be out of place? Some people say it is out of place for the National Assembly to think of ordering the governor to appear.
No, we are not ordering the governor to appear. Like I said, the National Assembly has powers to invite any public office holder in Nigeria. And governor is a governor of a state in Nigeria. Remember, the state was created by the National Assembly. I think I'm making sense.
You're speaking?
Yes. So the state is under Nigeria. And the Senate is the highest lawmaking body in Nigeria. So the state is not independent. We operate under we're operating federalism. The state is a component, of the federal government. So there is nothing bad that the Senate invites the governor to discuss issues that will affect the state. We're not at war.
Okay. All right. Okay. The state of emergency in Rivers State hasn't sat well with a lot of people, especially that now that the sole administrator is appointing caretaker chairman at the local level. Is he being given too much power? And would you say going forward, this emergency rule should limit the powers of these administrators to avoid overreach?
Well, my dear sister, I think that is not our problem as a nation. And I wouldn't like to dwell much into that. The administrator has terms of reference in his assignment as the administrator of River State, pending when the matter is resolved. So I think we should use the time to talk of other developmental expectations of Nigerians from the parliament.